Welcome to Egypt, home of the pharaohs, pyramids, and ancient mysteries. For over 5,000 years, this land has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, innovations that changed the world, and more sand than you'd know what to do with. It's a story of power, resilience, and drama that shaped one of the most iconic civilizations in history. Buckle up, because this is the incredible story of Egypt. Our story begins around 3100 BCE, with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. Think of it as ancient Egypt's version of coming together as one big happy family. Except instead of hugs, they had a guy named Narmer, the first pharaoh, wearing a double crown to show he was boss of both regions. What followed was the Old Kingdom, or as I like to call it, the pyramid building era. The Egyptians decided they wanted their tombs to scream, "Look at me, I'm important." Cue the Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu. Fun fact, it was the tallest man-made structure in the world for 3,800 years. Beat that? Modern? Architects. The Old Kingdom eventually collapsed. Turns out, pyramids are expensive, and if you don't pay your workers, well, let's just say things don't end well. But don't count Egypt out yet. After a couple of centuries of chaos, the Middle Kingdom came along around 2040 BCE. Egypt got its act together, focused on arts, trade, and expanding territory. This was Egypt's Renaissance period, full of innovation and culture. However, no dynasty lasts forever, and the Hyksos, basically the ancient world's invaders with fancy chariots, took over. Egyptians weren't thrilled about being ruled by outsiders, so after about 100 years, they kicked the Hyksos out and started fresh. Enter the New Kingdom. The New Kingdom, where Egypt became the Beyoncé of the ancient world, famous, powerful, and with the occasional drama. This was the era of famous pharaohs like Hatshepsut, the ultimate girl boss who ruled for over 20 years and built stunning temples. Then there's Akhenaten, the oddball pharaoh who decided to worship one god instead of many, effectively making him the ancient world's first monotheist, and the subject of many awkward dinner conversations. And who could forget Tutankhamun? Or King Tut? He became pharaoh at just 9 years old and was buried in a tomb so golden it made headlines when it was discovered in 1922. His reign was short, but hey, his bling lives on. Egypt reached the height of its power under Ramses II, aka Ramses the Great. He ruled for 66 years, fought epic battles, and had over 90 kids. Talk about leaving a legacy. But all good things must come to an end. By 1070 BCE, Egypt started losing its edge. The pharaohs ran out of money, the neighbors got a little too ambitious, and invasions became a regular thing. Assyrians, Persians, and finally Alexander the Great all took turns ruling Egypt. When Alexander died, one of his generals, Ptolemy, took over and started a dynasty. Fast forward a few centuries, and we meet Cleopatra, the last queen of Egypt. Known for her intelligence and charm, she was entangled with two of Rome's most powerful men, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Spoiler alert, things didn't end well for her or Egypt. Rome officially took over in 30 BCE, and the land of the pharaohs became just another province of the Roman Empire. After centuries under Roman and Byzantine rule, Egypt took a new turn in 641 CE, when Arab armies brought Islam to the region. Cairo was founded and quickly became a bustling hub of culture, science, and trade. The city was so impressive that medieval travelers described it as the mother of the world. Not bad for a city that started as a military camp. Egypt thrived under Islamic rule, particularly during the Fatimid and Mamluk periods. But with the Ottoman Empire eventually taking control, Egypt's autonomy took a back seat for a few centuries. Fast forward to the 19th century, when European powers set their sights on Egypt. The Suez Canal, opened in 1869, became one of the world's most strategic waterways. Everyone wanted a piece of Egypt, and by 1882, the British took control. But Egyptians weren't about to let that slide. After decades of protests and uprisings, Egypt finally gained independence in 1952, thanks to a revolution led by Gamal Abdel Nasser. Under his leadership, Egypt became a modern republic and reclaimed the Suez Canal, making headlines once again. Today, Egypt is a nation of over 100 million people. It's a land where ancient wonders meet bustling modern cities, and its history continues to inspire the world. From the mighty Nile River to the towering pyramids, Egypt remains a symbol of resilience and innovation. So the next time you see a picture of the Sphinx or hear about the Nile, remember the incredible journey this land has been on. And if history teaches us anything, it's that Egypt will always be a land of wonders, past, present, and future. Thanks for joining this whirlwind tour of Egypt's history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more history-packed adventures. See you next time.